Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Good evening, Descendants and Zombies Universe. It is once again my honor to join you this evening, my prestigious honor to talk all things Descendants and Zombies. I want to take a moment to apologize for the wind blowing in the background. You may hear it, my window is open. We are experiencing a rainstorm tonight, and it's really nasty outside, and I just got home, lo and behold, from the Regretting You movie premiere because I'm a sucker for romance movies, and nothing was keeping me away from it. The cast was incredibly beautiful, the story was just absolutely amazing, and it got me even more excited and more appreciative of life. And to be here in front of this microphone every single night to talk about Descendants and Zombies for each and every one of you and the fans who love it so much. Because I know out there in this really big universe tonight there is a girl who wants to watch the best Descendants and Zombies videos that she can find on YouTube. And unfortunately for her, she can't find them because nobody is dedicating the rest of their life like yours truly to uploading Descendants and Zombies videos. I am really excited about the future of Descendants and Zombies, and I just got through watching one of Kylie Control's latest TikTok videos of her dancing, and there's no denial ever coming from me that I have so much respect for Kylie Control and how far she has come. God, she is gorgeous. That is undeniable. And I think that more people need to be showing her more respect than ever before. The greatest respect that Kylie Control has received has been overwhelming from fans of Descendants and Zombies. And I just want to take this moment, as Kylie Control says to you every single opportunity she has, to say thank you so much for all the love and support that you have shown Kylie Control, because she deserves it. She deserves every opportunity that has come her way so far, that is going to come her way and befall her. And I think the more people who are continuously supportive, showing her an undeniable amount of love and support, can really go a long way in this world, which sometimes is often very cruel. I think that the world has definitely prided itself on so much diversity. There are people who feel very differently about Descendants and Zombies than others, and I think that's why we see so many critical reviews posted about Descendants and Zombies from time to time, but I never wanted to be that guy. I wanted to shy away from the criticism directed towards your favorite stars, and I wanted to give them the spotlight in a deserving fashion, and in a way that was very appropriate, and in a way that they deserved, that the spotlight shared with everybody. And I think that this has really become the greatest honor of my life to do that for each and every one of you, because if I wasn't able to do that for you guys, I would feel like I was letting myself down, and more importantly, all of you, and I've never ever wanted to do that. You know, I love talking about everything from video games to TV shows to movies. I attend every movie premiere that you can think of. One of the greatest honors of my life was creating Descendants and Zombies videos for the fans, and I look forward to doing that for you guys if you will allow me the honor of being your voice of Descendants and Zombies into the foreseeable future, because I refuse to close the book on anything when it comes to Descendants and Zombies. I refuse to close the book on Mal reprising a role. I refuse to close the book on Ruby Rose Turner's involvement with the franchise, because I feel as if a lot of critics are shedding way too much light on criticism towards Descendants and Zombies because they never wanted to make sense of the product to begin with. And I have never wanted to come off as that kind of guy. I want to come off as an appreciative guy, a really friendly guy, a guy who is here for you and to review your favorite stars the way they were forever and always meant to be reviewed. Because many years ago I lost my parents at a really young age, and my parents were huge Disney fans, and I learned from them, and I grew up the biggest Disney fan ever, so I was a part of every generation of Disney that you could ever think of. And I was a huge fan of characters like Mickey Mouse, Winnie the Pooh, who made his debut in 1930 on Christmas Eve, for those of you who don't remember. And I'm somewhat of a Disney nostalgist, so when it comes to dates like the release of Sleeping Beauty and Beauty and the Beast, I remember them off the back of my head. And I really do love talking about everything Disney and Nickelodeon related, because I've had this passion for things like Bluey and SpongeBob SquarePants, so I can kind of relate to stars like Meg Donnelly, who watch Bluey and SpongeBob SquarePants every single night before they fall asleep. And I'm here to let you guys know that if you're very passionate about SpongeBob SquarePants, who actually has a new movie coming out on December 19th, the same night that James Cameron's latest Avatar, Fire and Ash, will be released, there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with following your passion, because I want to encourage you to follow your passions, and whatever direction your passion takes you in, I want you to trust that. And I want to make your passions into the greatest dreams and the greatest realizations of everybody. That's all I've ever wanted to do, is help you make sense of your passions and to help your dreams become more of a reality than ever ever before. Because that's exactly what Descendants of Zombies has encouraged us to believe, in hopes and dreams becoming a reality for everybody. And you got to believe me, I've never ever wanted to take that away from everybody. And that's why I wanted to upload more Descendants videos than ever before, even if that means dedicating the rest of my life to franchises that you guys grew up with. Because I know what it's like to grow up with a franchise and to be a fan of it. You know, many years ago, I was a huge fan of SpongeBob SquarePants. On May 1st, 1999, that series made its illustrious premiere. And it went on to achieve so much rarity because of how resilient SpongeBob was, because of his belief in friendships and friendships lasting for forever. And he never let anything hold him down or hold him back from his dreams becoming a reality. Remember how he wanted to be friends with Patrick more than anything else in the world and make friends with Squidward no matter how annoying he was to Squidward? He always was resilient, and he always came back the very next episode with a new way to become friends with people like Plankton and Squidward and Patrick, and whoever thought a sponge would become friends with a starfish. And it was really cool, you know, so I can really understand how Meg Donnelly feels about shows like SpongeBob SquarePants and Bluey, and you haven't got to be a rocket scientist to figure out why she feels very passionate about it. And I'm here to let you guys know there is nothing wrong with that. And the more love and support we can show people like Kylie and Meg and Ruby, I think is beautiful. I think it's wonderful. I think Descendants of Zombies is a very passionate franchise to talk about. It's a very passionate franchise, so much so that I would upload over 500 videos for people every single night for the rest of my life. It has nothing to do with me wanting to qualify for the YouTube partnership program or monetization opportunities. I just want to throw that out there because it has everything to do with a passion for me creating YouTube videos. So much so that I just recently invested in a $1,000 system to be able to produce these videos that will be here next week for you guys with a new camera, over $500 later for a camera, and over $1,000 later for a new system, which I'm looking forward to setting up because I want to provide you with the best videos possible, and I've after dedicated my life to Descendants of Zombies, which is why all these critics really upset me, because I don't see this passion that exists in each and every one of your hearts for Descendants of Zombies. If a host of a show is talking about Descendants of Zombies, they too have to feel very passionate about what you love and what you know. Because if you're a fan of Descendants of Zombies, you really got to be very passionate about Descendants of Zombies to really understand its greater message and its greater purpose. Because without you understanding its greater message and its greater purpose will never be fulfilled. But there are millions of people, thankfully, who love Descendants of Zombies so much that it will keep this franchise going for forever. Because what I've wanted to do is, along with having a fear of being forgotten and never wanting to be forgotten, is I've wanted to solidify the legacies of your favorite stars that you think are heroes. And I think that is really cool. I'm here to let you know that I think it's really cool how you look at Kylie Control as your hero. Because years ago, I had a hero. His name was Shawn Michaels. He was the greatest professional wrestler of all time, or at least of my generation. Tomorrow will mark the 30th anniversary of the first time that I met Shawn Michaels, and I thought he was my hero because he was the greatest professional wrestler of all time. And 30 years ago tomorrow was the 30th anniversary of my first wrestling show, and I thought Shawn Michaels was unbeatable. I thought nobody could touch him. I thought he was the best wrestler in the world. And I had many idols after Shawn Michaels that I fell in love with, like Lindsay Lohan, Jessica Simpson, who I had a poster of on my wall many years ago. I was a fan of people like Hilary Duff because I chose to give them the benefit of the doubt before anyone else ever would. Because the thing was, in the 1990s, it was very easy to pinpoint something to criticize. And that's why people like Perez Hilton and websites like TMZ and Six Page could never seem to cease the criticism. But I think that if we stand up and we shut down the criticism and we talk about the stars in the way they were forever and always meant to be talked about, I think we can make a difference in their lives, and we can let them know more than ever before, emphatically, that, hey, everything is going to be all right and we love them. I've never wanted to come off as a critic. I've just wanted to come off as a fan, and I've just wanted to be appreciative of the moments that we've shared together. Because undeniably, Descendants and Zombies has brought us all together through the powerful music, the powerful script, the morals that we learn from the stories, because for every story, there is a moral. And anybody who has ever studied English class knows and studied literature that there is a moral to every story, and there's a value in that moral. Whether it's the precious time commodity or how valuable friendship actually is, how precious time is, how valuable friendship actually is, regardless of what the moral is, for every story there is a moral. And I wish, after having seen Descendants: The Rise of Red, that I had more time. Because I want more time to spend with each and every one of you. Because you guys brought me back. When I felt like all hope was lost 7.5 years ago, my voice would never be heard, or I would never be seen or heard from again, You guys gave me a second chance. You provided me an opportunity. You extended your hand to me, and you've been holding on to me ever since as your voice of Descendants of Zombies. This didn't happen because I wanted to be your voice of Descendants of Zombies. This happened because you guys made it happen, and you made me your voice of Descendants of Zombies. And with an honor like that, it comes with a lot of prestige. So as a result of that, there's a lot of pressure on my shoulders. I'm wondering if I'm living up to the criteria of somebody watching this video, because I know there's a 7-year-old girl watching this video that probably can't make sense of anything I'm saying, but I do appreciate you for watching this video. But as you get older, you'll understand what I'm saying to you guys. Basically, every moment counts, and every moment matters in a lifetime, and it's all about what we do with the time that we are allocated, because it's so precious. Why, you may be wondering? Because time always runs out. And I think that's what Alice in Wonderland for years, many, many years, has taught us, and I think we have a greater appreciation now coming away from The Rise of Red back in 2024. You know, it's really hard to believe it's been 2 years since The Rise of Red made its premiere on July 12th, 2024. I believe I got the date right. I don't want to let any Descendants fans down who may be watching this video who want to kill me. But on July 12th, 2024, I think our lives changed for the better. We turned it around into a different direction, and Disney was really coming into its own off the introduction of the Marvel multiverse stuff with more than one Spider-Man, more than one Incredible Hulk, more than one Captain America. I kind of lost track. But, you know, I remember how everybody just started checking out of the Marvel multiverse stuff and the Marvel multiverse in its entirety, but I stayed with it because I believed in it. And then Disney comes out with this concept of zombies and how a girl falls in love with a zombie and finds true love. I think it happens every day, even though people don't admit to it. People are falling in love with zombies every day more than perhaps ever given credit for, because everybody sometimes just does the stupidest kind of thing with how they ignore you or they don't pay attention to what you're talking about. Don't mind it. You know, just learn from your experience, because you are a better person than ever given credit for, and the way that a guy ignores you is just him missing out on an incredible opportunity to get to know you. I think that if you have an opportunity to get to know somebody, you really should get the opportunity to know somebody and take full advantage of it, because they're missing out. It's not your loss, and you have a lot of talent and you have a lot of passion, and I think you should go for that passion by showcasing your passion and realizing your dreams. Don't ever let anybody hold you down or hold you back from that passion and realizing that dream, because it's their loss and it's never been yours. You're a wonderful person, and here's the thing. I don't need to know you to know that you're a wonderful person, because there's no denial coming from me that I know you're a good person. I think everybody who watches these videos is a wonderful person, and I think that everybody has a chance to make a dream become a reality, and all I ever wanted to do was encourage that. And I know that sounds very different, but the thing is, everybody has a different opinion when it comes to Descendants and Zombies, and I wanted my opinion to be very different. Well, undoubtedly, it was a 5-star production, because the thing was about all the reviews that you saw on YouTube up to this point about Descendants and Zombies were, you know, everybody said it was a great production, but what made you a fan of Descendants and Zombies so much that you would record a video about Descendants and Zombies? Did you fall in love with it because of the music? Did you fall in love with it because of the stars? Did you have a favorite character? Could you rank your top 5 favorite moments from top to bottom from 1 to 5? Or could you rank your top favorite songs from 1 to 5? You know, what made you a fan of Descendants of Zombies? The thing was, I didn't have a greater appreciation for Descendants of Zombies off these reviews, because nobody ever made you feel as if you were part of something. Until now. Because I'll be honest with each and every one of you, I'm a sucker for romance movies, I'm a sucker for musicals, and Descendants of Zombies was everything all wrapped up into one. It had a beautiful story, the characters looked so fearless, they didn't care what anybody thought of them, and that's what's so cool about being a Descendants of Zombies fan. More people feel inspired than ever before, more people are becoming friends because of Descendants of Zombies, because everyday conversations start and end with, are you a fan of Descendants and Zombies? Okay, cool. See you tomorrow. And I think that these people have remained friends for forever, and that's been the greatest honor of my life, being able to sit back and witness this, because I know firsthand that you only need a couple of good friends to help you make sense of your own life. And if you have 2 or 3 really good friends to help you make sense of your own life, that's all that really it comes down to, and all that really matters. You don't need 1,000 friends. You don't need, say, 5,000 friends on Facebook. Because if somebody has 5,000 friends and I only have 2,000 friends, it kind of makes you feel as if you're in competition with somebody every day trying to stand out and be better than the other one next in line. I think that everybody is different. Everybody has their own perception on life, and that's what's forever and always created diversity. But as long as you make your best effort and put your best foot forward, I think that's all that counts. And I think that more people realize that now because of Descendants of Zombies. It breaks my heart, I can't lie, that Kylie Cantrell is crying every night on videos. It breaks my heart that Ruby Rose Turner feels the way that she does. It breaks my heart that Meg Donnelly is turned down for roles like Supergirl. But with how disrespectful Supergirl is, That's the greater picture. With how disrespectful Supergirl is, she's already getting a lot of hate online for how Millie Alcott is portraying this character. I think that Meg Donnelly would have been a more beautiful, a more powerful representation of Supergirl. I think she would have turned around everybody's opinion on Supergirl, and I think that's the reason why Millie Alcott is getting all these negative reviews, because of course her appearance in the Superman movie this past summer, the up-and-coming Supergirl movie releasing in 2026, there are still a lot of rumors, and it's still a lot of novelty being associated with it, so when more information becomes available and the first trailers get dropped, I will be watching it. But the thing is, I really do believe that Meg Donnelly could have offered wonders to this character and really made something special happen for everybody. Allow me to say that, because I've been a fan of superhero movies for forever. I've been a fan of the DC Universe, the Marvel Multiverse stuff, and while many of you checked out, I stayed with it, because I've always been a fan of Disney, and I've forever been always supportive of the stars that you guys have forever and always loved. Take a chance on me, and I promise you guys I will never let you down when it comes to Descendants and Zombies reviews, because undeniably this was a 5-star production. I'm just saying this because everything made sense to me about Descendants and Zombies. Everything really, from the script to the music to the stars to the star power that was a part of it, from Milo Manheim to Meg Donnelly to Sophia Carson to Dove Cameron. Dove Cameron is so iconic and achieved so much rarity, and her recent engagement to Damiano David is receiving so much publication, which I'm really proud of because she deserves it. I think that nobody deserves to be criticized in this lifetime. Allow me to get away with saying that. If you're going to offer criticism, then you have no business uploading a video on Descendants and Zombies to begin with on YouTube. I think that if you're going to upload a video about Descendants and Zombies, you have to think about the fan base, the age demographic, because the age demographic doesn't appeal to just one specific age demographic. It appeals to all different age demographics. And that's what's so fun about being a fan of Descendants and Zombies, is that this appeals to so many different age demographics, and so many people feel so differently about Descendants and Zombies, and that's what's so cool. If you're passionate about it because of the music, if you feel as if you're a part of something that's immersive and you become immersed in it, I support that, and I believe that everybody has a chance in this lifetime because of Descendants and Zombies. And I just lost Wi-Fi because of the weather. That's notable. But the thing is, you never know what's going to happen from one moment to the next in Descendants and Zombies, and that's what makes this so special and just so fun to be a part of. I have never felt so honored to be a part of this production for Descendants and Zombies. Hopefully I don't lose the lights, because we're experiencing a rainstorm at the moment, and it kind of reminds me of the Wicked premiere happening on November 21st. Hopefully there are no zombies going to break in through my window, and the zombie apocalypse is not going to break out. For those of you who are new here, I say this because I actually live 5 minutes away from a soda plantation and a chemical plant, which I took the chance upon to move nearby because I wanted to live out the entire zombies experience. And I felt like there was no better way to do that than by living near a house that was near a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode. I think my Wi-Fi is trying to reconnect now. So the thing is, the point I'm trying to make is life is so unpredictable, and you never know what's going to happen from one moment to the next. And as long as you take full advantage of the opportunities that life presents you with, I really do believe that special things can happen for you and really come your way. And I've been in a lot of relationships over the years where people haven't really felt the same way that I have about things like Descendants and Zombies, because they don't have that passion. That's why I forever and always believed that if you have a passion, you should let your passion be your best friend, and you should follow your passion in whatever direction your passion takes you in. Perhaps you have a passion for drawing. I've seen so many beautiful artists subscribe to this YouTube channel. Perhaps you have a passion for music and putting lyrics to a melody. And if you have a passion, let's say, for putting lyrics to a melody, I think that's a beautiful gift. And I think you should really run with that. And I think you should run with everything that Descendants and Zombies has influenced you to become. Because you only have one life to live. And the thing about life that's so precious is we never know how much time each of us have left. So because we never know how much time we have left, every moment means to be so much more, and definitely is more precious than we ever take into consideration. And I really do believe that if more people took that into consideration, this world will be a better place. But like I said here earlier, I don't have to know you to know that you're a good person, because I think that's really judging somebody. I think that everybody deserves a chance, and everybody deserves a chance of believing that hope exists out there for them. And I think that everybody has a chance of making their dream become that much more of a reality. And that's what makes this show so fun for me to host, and really has made it the greatest honor of my life, because this has been the most fun that I have had in my entire life because of each and every one of you. I wouldn't have it any other way. If there was somewhere in this world that I would rather be tonight, it would be right here in front of this microphone. I think I would turn away from every opportunity, every contractual obligation, just to be here to produce this show for each and every one of you, because no matter what I'm doing every single day, if I'm on top of my roof shingling, if I'm out to the grocery store, I'm always thinking about out to the mall, out to a movie premiere. I'm always thinking about you guys, what you may be watching on YouTube, if you're getting the best Descendants of Zombies experience from the videos that are being uploaded, because as many of you know, I've dedicated the rest of my life to talking about Disney and Nickelodeon because it's a passion of mine that I've just wanted to share with each and every one of you, even if that means having to upload Descendants of Zombies videos for the rest of my life. This has been the most fun that I've had in my entire existence on this planet, within this universe. I know this universe is really big, and I'm one of many, probably maybe 10 billion souls. But if you do me the honor of allowing me to be your voice of Descendants of Zombies for just a little while longer, I promise you I will never let you down, and I will show justification, honor, and respect to the people of the Descendants franchises that you guys have forever and always loved. Because I know what it's like to grow up a fan, and I know what it's like to be a fan of every superstar that we see, like Kylie Cantrell, Ruby Rose Turner. Years ago, I was the biggest fan of Jessica Simpson. I had one Jessica Simpson poster on my wall along with all the other celebrity posters that I had, but I was a huge fan of Jessica Simpson because I thought she was the most beautiful singer in the world, and she was just undeniably gorgeous. And I remember following Jessica Simpson all of my lifetime, all the trials and tribulations and all the criticism that she received, and it broke my heart to have to read all the reviews of Jessica Simpson receiving so much criticism. But just knowing I was a fan of her, and I was continuously, effortlessly, put so much effort into Jessica Simpson, made it all worth it. And then years after that, I put so much effort into Lindsay Lohan and following her career. I remember this story years ago where she crashed her Mercedes, and everybody was jumping down her throat, saying this should have never happened because this is what Lindsay Lohan was. And I took exception to that because I was a fan of Jessica Simpson, then I became a fan of Lindsay Lohan eventually, then I went from Lindsay Lohan to Hilary Duff, and I'm really proud to hear that Hilary Duff is putting out her first single now in, I believe, 17 years. Really proud of these celebrities and how far they've come. So I really do believe the more of a chance we take on these celebrities and the more we believe in hope and dreams becoming reality for somebody, that's what makes this all worth it and the most fun that I've had in my entire life, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your voice of Descendants of Zombies, and I hope to continue to be it for the foreseeable future, because 2026 is going to be a huge year. We have the premiere of Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland coming up sometime in July of 2026. I know that everybody is YouTubing the release date for Wicked Wonderland. If I knew what the release date was, I would tell it to you guys, but that's what makes it so fun being a fan of Descendants of Zombies, is we don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know what the release dates are. People are speculating Zombies 5 will happen in 2028. Sometime in 2026 we'll see leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour and the premiere of Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland. That's what makes this so fun. We never know what's going to happen next, what the next chapter is going to detail, and I'm honestly just excited to be a part of it. So if you will do me the honor of allowing me to be your voice of Descendants of Zombies for just a little while longer perhaps, I promise you I will do right by you, and I will upload Descendants of Zombies videos for the rest of my life. Thankfully, my Wi-Fi has reconnected. I'm going to jump off this podcast now, guys. We will talk again tomorrow morning between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m. Thank you guys so much from my heart to yours. Keep on subscribing, keep on liking the videos, and keep on sharing these videos because somebody out there wants to find the best Descendants and Zombies videos she can watch. And it's been a whole lot of fun producing these videos and recording them for you. And I can't wait for my new system to arrive $1,000 later to keep on producing these videos for you in a very unique way, very different from any other Descendants of Zombies videos that you see on YouTube. It's been a pleasure, and it's always forever an honor to talk about your favorite stars like Kylie, Ruby, Malia. It's so much fun, guys. Keep Descendants of Zombies forever and always in your hearts. I love you guys so much, man, for all the love and support. Thank you so very much. We will talk again between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m. tomorrow morning with my first video being uploaded bright and early for you guys, the fans of Descendants of Zombies who have forever and always deserve better when it comes to analogies and breakdowns of Descendants of Zombies. You're really going to love it on this YouTube channel. I can promise you that. We will talk again tomorrow morning because life is really that much sweeter when all of us are. Thank you guys so much.